She has a reality show.
And I love Sarah Palin.
I'm happy for you. I think it's great what she's doing for the party, but I also have another question for you.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you feel that Sarah Palin is helping to bring our party together prior to defeating Obama, or do you feel that she's tearing our party apart?
Is Carmo bringing our party together when they do that thing with Chris Coons?
I asked you a question.
I think she's bringing our party together, and here's why. Because I think there's going to be friction points and whatnot, but I think she's forcing...
Friction points?
I think she's forcing party leaders to have to understand that, you know what? This is a Big Ten party. And guess what? You might be Mr. or Mrs. Elite in D.C. or Texas or wherever you think you are on the coast, but, you know, in order to win elections, you're supposed to represent millions of people. And those millions of people have jobs like milk person, or janitor, or a moose hunter, or fisher, or teacher, or whatever like that. And she is way more in touch with the people that she would represent, which is the way the founders wanted it. You go and you do your work, and it's a part-time legislator. Now we have these professional politicians that go to you have to have this certain thing and a certain school, and someone like Obama who's been groomed, it seems to me like he's been groomed his whole life to go to the right things, have the right check marks.
Obama has a lack of experience in politics.
No, but he went to the private schools
as well.
He went to the private schools, and he went to Harvard, and then Columbia, and he got all this, and then he went to Chicago and got with the right people to move himself up, and now he's in there and president.
But that's not the way
I'm saying that someone like Sarah Palin is in touch with real people.
I think that there's a lot of people that would disagree with you on that one, but I'm going to be respectfully disagree.
Oh, it's fine.
I do not feel like Sarah Palin as a person or as a politician is indicative of the American public's view of the way that things should be, and her policies and her understanding of politics.
You disagree with her policies?
I disagree with your saying that she is more likely to resonate with the American people than Obama. I disagree with you. I don't think that she is affixed to what we are seeing with Obama.
Who can match Obama's charisma on our side besides Palin?
Who can match it that we know that is running as a Republican nominee? We don't know yet who's running as our Republican nominees.
Nobody.
You're speaking hypothetically because we don't know who's running as a Republican nominee yet. There's all this talk surrounding Sarah Palin for president, this and that. We don't know yet.
Look,
so you're speaking hypothetically. All I'm telling you is, I do not feel that she is what the Republican Party needs to, one, defeat Obama, and two, bring this country to where it needs to be in the next term. I'm just respectfully disagreeing with you. That's all it is.
Here's what I think, and then we'll give Paul the last word, because I don't think either one. Here's what I think. I think that basically, look, I don't deal with fantasy land, I deal with what's real. And it looks to me that Sarah Palin is very much running. And the other people that I think that are running right now that have announced, you break it into two camps. You've got Palin, candidates like Palin, you have candidates not like Palin. All the other candidates are basically candidates not like Palin.
Well, let's talk about some other candidates that are not like Palin that may very well be Republican nominees.
Right. So, I was just saying, Mitch Daniels, who's he? I'm not saying he's a bad guy or whatever like that. He's not going to win. I said, in other words, if you have Haley Barbour, Mitch Daniels.
I'd like to see someone like Boehner or Christie.
Okay, but
so who knows? We're speaking hypothetically. We don't know who is going to be a Republican nominee other than Sarah Palin.
But let me roll it out. Yeah, but let me roll it out for you. Rick Santorum, Newt Gingrich, Mitch Daniels, Haley Barbour, Mitt Romney. Those are the ones that are people everybody's talking about right now. And you have Sarah Palin. All these five people take votes from each other. If you have them on the same ballots, there's some people, some insiders are going to like Newt, some insiders are going to like Mitt, whatever like that. They're going to split the vote. And here's Sarah Palin, boom, she gets all the rest of the vote. The only other people that can upset this apple cart, so all the little insiders can do all the little insider things, and oh, Sarah Palin's this and Sarah Palin's that. None of it means anything, okay? Because you know what? You know, voters are going to do what they're going to do. And no one's listening to mainstream media anymore. Anymore. And so the only people that change this dynamic is if someone like a Chris Christie comes in, or someone that has that kind of star power and has that.
And that is what I would like to see.
Or someone like a Marco Rubio.
I think there are many other Republicans that would like to see that alternative.
Or Donald Trump. You need someone that has but he could take votes from
I wouldn't go that far, but I see.
But he could take votes from
I see the point you're getting at.
Right.
I wouldn't go that far.
And so I'm talking from a political.
We don't need another Arnold Schwarzenegger situation on our hands.
That's fine, but I'm talking about from a political strategy point of view. And the thing is that she has gotten a lot of favors from the people that she's helped. Sure. All right, and the women and the other candidates that she's helped elect and fundraise for and whatever like that, and she can fund, and she has a huge war chest. and she always is, you know, major name ID. Everyone's going to cover her. She's going to get tons of earned media. It's going to be a lot harder to beat her.
She's going to get tons of media, but I'm not sure what kind of media.
I'm just saying it's going to be a lot harder to beat her than I think people think.
But I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm not looking at this from a Democrat's perspective of, oh, well, she's not a credible candidate and we'll trash her and get rid of her. That's not happening.
Well,
that's not happening. You asked me what my thoughts were as her as a Republican nominee for president.
My last point before I turn it over to Paul and we'll wrap this thing up is I just hope that we don't have another Christine O'Donnell situation.
Totally.
Right? Because if all these insiders are saying, oh, you got to rally around the nominee when the insiders do their little thing, right, and a lot of people call them the backroom deals, you know, my personal opinion, whatever like that, and that all the rest of us are supposed to support their little picks. Well, guess what? If the voters decide in the primary that Sarah Palin's nominee, you better rally around Sarah Palin. And I don't want to hear any more of this insider snobby BS. We'll leave it up to the voters.
We're not there yet.
We're not there yet. We're not there. But if she wins, would you support her against Obama?
Absolutely.
That's all I want.
I will support the Republican nominee against Obama because nothing could possibly be anywhere near as bad for this country as Obama is right now, or as bad as he will be in 2 years. So I do agree.
Now we've got some GOP. Now we've got some GOP love. All right, Paul, wrap it up.
I agree. We should support whoever becomes the nominee.
Sure.
I understand Chris's concerns. Definitely, I think that Chris mentioned something about, you know, let's see Palin show me how smart she is. You know, I'm saying she's smart, and it doesn't appear that way to some. I think that in Palin's situation, it's kind of like somebody coming back from I don't know, a car wreck or something. At first, they might be very on point for 6 months, but all they're doing is trying to recover, so you can't see them shine. Palin was so disparaged by the Democratic operatives that were sent up to Alaska and the media that it's taken her time to just kind of get back to her own voice. I mean, we saw what happened today with the blood libel fiasco. I mean, what was made of it. She has the smarts. She just hasn't been given the oxygen to be able to show that, and that's a deliberate strategy on the part of Democratic people. So I understand what's being said. You know, let's see her being smart with everything. I think that's coming. I think that she can shore up her candidacy if she does run by picking, you know, quote-unquote serious people to be in her cabinet, to be around her. And yeah, I'm looking forward to the primaries.
I think it's great. I love it. It's been a very vigorous discussion. I think it's one that is being echoed around the country, whatever, in Republican halls. So I think we've given everyone a fair shot here. For Paul and Chris, I'm John D. Villarreal. You've been watching Conservative New Media, and we'll see you next time.